Meow. Welcome to episode 4 of Silo Season 1. Yeah, last episode was really fun and ended sadly. Some characters are not doing too well. But yeah, let's see what happens this episode.
Okay.
Here.
Memory lane.
Okay. Get a pulse. Count the beats, baby.
1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4
He's okay. He's coming to.
Who am I?
Mom.
Good. And who's this? What's your sister's name?
Jerk face.
Yeah, it's crazy how blue his lips were in that scene. He was not having a good time. And also crazy that a child had to take care of him. Like Juliet herself was really young. I think she said she lost her brother when she was 12. So she's 12 in that scene. So yeah.
Bernard's not wrong here. It'll be bad enough when word gets out.
She
he's
did not
dead.
knock.
If it's comfort that you want,
A little bit awkward. It's like, hi. I see there's a dead body and you're not having a good time, but like, sup?
He believes she was poisoned by someone in the midst.
it's rat poison. I've seen it before.
Well, yeah, either she was poisoned or she had a condition that she already knew about, that was getting really, really bad.
You're saying she wasn't the target.
Don't say she. You don't say she about her. That's Mel Ruth Johns.
Oh, and he was about to, be together with her romantically, and he was so happy about it, and now she's very gone. Also, her hand position when she was covered with the blanket, Ruth, the mare, that seemed oddly rigid, like I think it should be flat, but it was really like that. I guess that can happen if you have like a seizure and then you just freeze like that when you die. I don't know. Medical people, please explain. I thought it was odd. Also, this is hilarious. How long is she supposed to stand there and listen to it?
Miss Nichols?
The fuck you doing?
What the fuck are you doing here? Like you would know what the fuck to do here anyway.
Miss Nichols, I'm Bernard Holland, the head of IT.
Oh, I know who you are.
What a very nice, warm welcome. Also, it's very suspicious that he is welcoming her because nobody wants her here. So that's like good cup, bad cup, but nobody wants her here. So especially the guy in the back really does not want her because they are from judicial and apparently they really want Billings. Yeah, not Juliet. An IT guy said that she's a thief. He was extremely against her. So suspicious times. I mean, this child actress is really good, obviously, but she does not resemble what I would imagine young Juliet to be at all. I'm sure there's a reason why they chose her, and at least this girl has a lot of rebellious spirit, and maybe that was the most important point to get across.
Mom's stuff and Jacob's stuff are long overdue in recycling. After school, you pick up some crates and pack up their things.
Everything?
Jules.
I don't understand why an adult cannot help here. Like, he's pushing all of that to like a 13-year-old to pack up things of her dead brother and her dead mother. Yeah, she's never been up here for a while, I think, for many, many years, maybe since she came down. So now every level she goes up, there are new memories. The secretary is not happy. Nobody is happy.
That's Holston's. Well, you can give it to me. You'll get yours after you're
No,
sworn
it's
in.
mine.
No, I'll keep it. Is there any food? The cafeteria will open at 5. Anything now? I was told to stock the fridge in the apartment, but I have no idea what you people eat down deep. Children, mostly, sometimes each other.
Perfect.
What's in this?
It's like a hilariously cold welcome here. Why should I listen to you? Who are you? But yeah, that's like the secretary was supposed to stack the fridge, and instead of choosing basic items, she chose to add nothing as a like protest, like fuck you. So Juliet here climbed up however levels they are, at least 100. I think it's 144, maybe more. I don't remember. And she has no food. Yay.
After you're sworn in.
Right, listen, I don't know if your issues with me or just with anybody from the bottom 50, but
What
I'm
are the
finding
files you
this.
want?
Huh?
You're asking about files?
Just one. George Wilkins, mechanical.
That's oddly specific. Now the secretary will know that Juliet is there for personal reasons. I mean, in this job position. Not that she wants to really serve the silo, she just wants to uncover the mystery of her deceased boyfriend. I think it would be better if Juliet didn't say which file specifically she needed.
You get the door on your way out?
Holston always kept it open.
What is this, like levelism? You are from a lower level than I am, so I look down upon you. Yeah, some sort of hierarchy they have. The more top level you are, the more deserving as a human, I guess. These are my files now, bitch. I wonder what time it is. I didn't check the clock. She said cafeteria opens at 5, so it's like midnight? Or, yeah, I think it's either very, very late or very early. Oh no, there was this guy sitting in the cafeteria before. And so I don't know if you're allowed to just sit there permanently, but if you need to be at home, whatever thing closes, then it might have been like 10, 11 p.m. So yeah, this could be midnight or 1 o'clock, something. That's the door. Also, this is very curious. She gave Juliet all the keys, so technically Juliet just could open the hatch and let the outside poison in, if there is any, and kill everybody. But she is not allowed to see files. And then again, there were several people in the hatch opening ceremony procedure, but still interesting if she has the keys to do that and she's not supervised. Well, I guess they trust their mayor, but still interesting. It is the outside. No food at all, nothing. Just empty. Very welcoming indeed. Besides no food, no items, this is kind of a nice place. I mean, she had a very, very small, simple room there, so this is like luxury for her. Interesting, she doesn't like the air here because it's stuffy or because it's hot? Because wouldn't it be stuffy and hot down there anyway with the generator?
So, young lady, is this all your stuff?
My mom's. She doesn't need it anymore.
You can keep some of this stuff if you want. These guys, they're not gonna know what to do with it.
Yeah, I'll take the plushie. I still think it's brutal that a child that young needs to gather up the things of her dead brother and her dead mom and carry it all to recycling and then answer questions. And to come up with phrases like, my mom doesn't need it anymore. Yeah, well, because she's dead. That's intense. Like, she should be here with her dad holding his hand. Like, can't he just do it before work? Or he could definitely, I'm sure, ask somebody to cover his shift for like 30 minutes. I mean, sure, the dad lost his wife and lost his child, but you still have a child, so do not alienate the only person you still have left. I know, I don't like this.
You know, you shouldn't be doing this alone.
Yeah,
Not at your age.
yeah. Thank you, recycling guy. Yeah, you told me this chair gonna be fixed, I'll fucking fix it. Because I'm a fixer. Ah, you and your fixing.
Hi, baby. Julia. What the hell are you doing?
I was hungry and you weren't home.
So you start a fire?
I was fixing the chair.
That chair can't be fixed.
A wonderful argument start. None of them are addressing the real issue. He said you were hungry, so you started a fire. That's not a reasonable response. He is already so extremely pissed that he will react to absolutely everything. Normal reaction would be like, oh fuck, there are burnt eggs. We should try to correct the situation instead of yelling at somebody else. Just calmly, you can be like, whoop, this is not good. There is alarm. If in case, child, you don't know how to fix this, we take the pan off and we don't let the pan sit there for a long time, you know. But he is just throwing insults, and you just don't start a conversation with throwing insults unless you're already like at breaking point before the situation started. And she is also like done. She is not interested in dealing with all of it. It's just painful. Both of them are dealing with grief and anger, but alone. They're not dealing with it together, and also they are refusing to express it. They're refusing to, express emotions to themselves and to each other. So this is just painful. They're causing more suffering because they're refusing to look at the suffering that's already there. Especially growing up, parents will just randomly yell at you for everything, and you will just feel like, what the fuck? You deal with yourself first, and then you come to your child with a calm mind and be like, okay, child, I know things are rough, but you know, there are some safety things that work in these. There are some rules in this world, like if you leave something on the pan, it will burn and it will smell, it will ruin the pan, everything will stink. I mean, we can fix that, but it's very annoying. We might have to get a new pan, so it's nice if you don't do that. So if you do something that takes you away from the current situation, as in you really like fixing and you lose track of time, then I'd suggest you don't start cooking before you go and fix something. You know, like explain normally to the child. Child will understand. If you yell at your child, the only thing you will do is drive them further away.
It can, and I did. I shouldn't have to do this.
Neither should I.
I'm wondering why he is so resigned. He says the phrases correctly. Well, she says, I shouldn't be doing this alone, you know, taking the things down to the recycling. And he's like, I am so sorry. And also when he came home, he was like, hi, baby. He's saying nice phrases, but he is extremely distant. I mean, obviously, nobody is mean to others unless they have issues themselves. But it's like, why wouldn't you address your issues so that you can be kinder to other people? If you care about others, help yourself.
They're gone, and I can't fix it.
That's not what you say in this situation.
Not everything can be fixed. Jules?
Open the door if it's not locked and go in and just hug her and be silent. There are no words that need to be said. She is grieving. And so are you. So grieve together. The dysfunctionality is, hard to look at. I mean, bad things happen. That's a given. But what was it? Pain is not optional. Suffering is. So it doesn't help to add more suffering on top of it. What's that sound?
You can sleep with that noise?
Yeah, I can't sleep without it.
Well, if you want to get it fixed, I suggest reaching out to maintenance. They're particularly territorial.
I like her a little smile there. Really? Really? Maintenance? Dude, do you know what I do? Do you know what I do for a living? I just fixed the entire survival of the silo by fixing the generator. The name is wrong?
What's funny?
Just that you'd be the one swearing me in when you would want to accuse me of stealing heat tape.
Oh, maybe the name wasn't wrong. Oh, look, 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 look.
Miss Nichols, did you steal that tape?
I think the name was correct.
I think it best we let bygones be bygones, no?
Of course.
None of them believed it. The bygones be bygones thing. Hey, it's the new uniform. She has a cut on her neck. Looks pretty deep. I wonder if it was self-inflicted or not.
Should I read through it, or?
You ever made arrangements for a ceremonial burial?
No.
Then that's your answer.
How lovely.
It's the central.
I think she's receiving a call.
Hey, you've got everyone freaked out. There are kids watching.
Ooh, she's really good at her job.
You should be in school!
It's lunch.
I really like that she can, she knows what to pay attention to and what to say and stay calm. Because in down in mechanical, she was a little bit more chaotic, I think. Well, then again, I think they also didn't show her much. We only saw her after George's death, so that would make sense that she's less able to calmly deal with stuff. But this is really good. She really, really nicely dealt with the situation here. Here's some coffee. Calm down. And she didn't ask what kind of coffee you drink. She just gave him a coffee. That's how you deal with someone.
Am I the only one in the silo who gives a fuck about finding out the truth?
No, you're not.
There are better and worse ways at dealing with that. When you want to figure something out, you just don't go beating people up and scaring them. You stay calm and look at the facts, look at things that seem odd, and investigate quietly, peacefully. And with a smile, so people tell you things. Going out of your apartment in that state where you want to just murder everybody is not going to help you in this case. So as much as you want to do something, if you're not mentally calm, you can still have anger and grief in the vicinity, but at the center you need to be calm. Otherwise, you will simply not achieve what you want. You can still be upset about it, but fix it from the state of calm as much as you can.
Then, the mayor gives me this.
I mean, she could have engraved it herself, but is there a handwriting when you carve something in? Will carvings have specific handwriting? Maybe? Yeah, some letters are capital letters and some letters are the tiny letters. I don't know how you call them. So maybe that's specific to Halston?
The new sheriff. Because your old pal's outside cuddling with his lady.
Hey.
That's a weird way to talk.
Patrick, we all knew she was headed for the farm the minute she met you.
Hey.
Well, he deserved that, but also the Patrick guy wasn't very kind either. I guess everybody is on the edge in the silo at this moment. Those are really interesting ice cubes. Is that ice, actually? For some reason in this frame, does not look like actual ice, but it might be. Oh, that's his room. Why is his room so not nice in the walls?
John, she was poisoned,
Josh
which
was not a
means...
machine. She was a person. Like no other person.
I like the fact that she listens. She is very somehow perceptive now. Back in mechanical, she would just lash out and punch people in the face, but here she's like more collected, maybe because she's a little bit resigned. Maybe she's in shock to be here. I don't know, but she's really like calm and collected. That's interesting. Throws me off a little bit. I don't know if I saw it before. She was really focused on fixing the generator, but she was really harsh and not receptive to other people except for her friend. And she had difficulty talking to people, but now she's better at that. I don't think anybody taught her how to be. Interesting. There's the painting. Will she notice it? Uh-huh. You were in love with her.
Should we get a deputy outside? You pissed off a lot of people today, Martins.
I got a shotgun. I'll be fine.
This is always difficult. First of all, I mean, asking people if they need help and they saying no, but you sensing that yes, they do need help. And then do you give them the space? Or you do kind of go against them and provide the help anyway? Because he can get drunk and or do some other things, and he already behaved badly, so he could just go out and do it again. I mean, she's giving him the benefit of the doubt that he'll behave. By the way, children are not small adults. Children are children. And if you treat them like small adults, they will need psychotherapy before they're 30. Rules, 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 orders, orders, orders. This is what we do. Don't ask questions. And then you don't have a child very soon. At least emotionally, they will be like, not there. And this is the result. She's running away.
Juliet Nichols?
Yes, ma'am.
By the way, that's a very dad handwriting. Of course, we believe this sign. But I like this lady for pretending that it's a legit sign. Yes.
What good are you to us?
I can fix things. My mom taught me to fix things.
This ain't a toy shop, kid.
I'm also looking for about 10 sheets of paper.
That much paper, I'd remember.
I wonder, do they create new paper from the trees they have? And that would make it so that they can create paper very, very rarely? Or they have some paper reserved, so that's why they're very precious with it. Because, like, if they're having issues with paper, shouldn't they have issues with every resource? Like, where do they get metal? It's like not like there's metal growing here. Or are they always repurposing? There was a lot of metal available, and so they're always just recreating things from old things. Yeah, interesting. Some things they grow, you know, they are not mining from. Oh, wait, she said there are mines. Never mind. They are digging for things, I guess. We just haven't seen the mines. I thought it would be somewhere at the bottom, but maybe there is a different bottom. How would mines look like here? And where would they be? Look at that child. Smile. Smile back. I don't like children, but this is the law. Okay, she smiled a little bit, creepily, but good job.
Are you happy, Juliet?
I'm happy. I really don't have time to think about Mom or Jacob.
Yeah, the older lady, she knows this is extremely fucked up. I guess you wouldn't intervene because it is not socially polite to intervene in other people's lives, but I have personally observed situations where a mom is shouting at her kid, like at the bus stop or something, or shaking her kid, and I really want to intervene because that kid is perceiving that interaction very differently. He doesn't care about being somewhere on time. You know, he just wants to play with that leaf he found or the snail he found. Like, he just wants to enjoy life, and mom is yelling at him. So that is extremely confusing, and the mom isn't explaining things either. She's just like, drop it, move on, you know, like command, like barking commands. And that mom seems extremely on edge. So even if I would want to intervene for the sake of the child, the mom would scream at me because I'm like a stranger from the street. I don't think she would calm down. And when she comes home, I don't know what she would do to the child if that interaction caused a person from the street to intervene. Maybe she would want to discipline this child in a way where such situations do not happen in the future. So I'm really scared to approach people like that. Me intervening might just add more angry fuel if I don't know how to just offer peace so that it sinks into her. Like the mom, like what can I do here? I don't know how do you approach situations like that?
Mechanical doesn't need anyone looking for an escape. I don't care where you go, because you're not needed here.
But I am.
You are what?
Needed here. I'm good at this.
I don't understand. Why does he not want his child back? This is not what's best for the child. Yes, maybe she is really talented in mechanical, but the reason why she's here is because nobody is listening to her and nobody is allowing her to express what she's feeling. And what? I don't know, maybe love her first and then let her work here? I like the way this is shot, makes me think of that he's gonna do something else. Yeah. Well, this is healthy. Let it out on a bag, not on a person's face. But it was a very, very sneaky way to shoot this scene.
Body hit you. Besides the fact you generally kind of invited.
He is so menacing, this guy. Sims, or whatever his name is, just has 100% menacing aura.
I figure we better hold off on that a bit.
He has a deal with Juliet.
I figure she's got a right to fail on her own.
That is a very nice way to phrase it. Like, he does not want to say we have a deal. He's saying let her fail on her own. She's not gonna last long. Very, very sneaky.
Juliet? like the play.
I think the very fact that you know that it is from a play already puts you on the danger zone. You know too many things and not the right kind that the Silo wants you to know, so.
Okay. Good night.
This was very awkward. I'm also wondering, why did he came up to talk to her? Is he excited to meet the new sheriff? Or he saw her once and fell in love immediately? But also she was just standing there kind of letting him talk, so.
Night.
Also, she came here, stood there, talked to a random stranger and walked away. Does he want to jump? Maybe, but I think he wants to figure out what happened to Mare before he does that.
You find an ally? Perhaps.
Also, he should know that this is very illegal for them to communicate like this. But I mean, he might be just very happy that somebody said that he might be an ally, so he's feeling a little bit better. He feels like he's still needed here. And that might be enough to put him at peace for now. Doesn't that call go to every deputy, though? It would then go to like 200 people? Or did she try to use like a specific frequency, and why was he able to listen? And I'm confused. How do these things work? I'm wondering, why is nobody confiscating these things from her? Because they usually just kill people that are doing things that shouldn't be done. The guy that is sent to assassinate him is like a little bit what's the right word? Doing his best but failing? George. Is that it? Yep. But there was still, the drive wasn't there. yeah, this was a little bit calmer episode, which is nice. Not every has to be very, very intense. I mean, I say calm, but then, there is probably a person being killed to death. Um, but overall, yeah, we got some nice memories. And yeah, I really do not like their dynamic, the father-daughter dynamic. And also, just in general, people here are very survival mode, which makes sense. They are in survival mode, but somehow that upsets me, I think. Yeah, I like that the show obviously has issues that the entire world has. So by watching this show, obviously it's really nicely made and very nicely, like the visuals are really nice and the acting is really nice and so on. But also it makes me think about how I want to be in this world. Like, do I want to be very in my room, never go out? Do I want to not say anything when people are obviously struggling and need help? Do I want to ignore everything that's new and unknown and therefore scary? Do I want to suppress my curiosity and the need to find out the truth just to fit in some social settings that I don't necessarily like or understand or approve of? I really like these kind of shows. Yeah. Is there a nicer, more peaceful way to live, more meaningful? And I think there is. And it's really nice that I think people are thinking about it more these days. And I think that's good, but also that's scary because in order for newer systems to come in place, old systems need to go down, and that's extremely chaotic. And also, do we know what a better system would be? We cannot imagine it from a place of hatred and fear, because then we will create something even worse, probably. Is it better to try even if it's worse? I don't know. Okay, yeah, I did like this episode. I have seen all of these before, but I don't necessarily remember each detail, and I try to watch these episodes as if I haven't seen them before. I try to feel what makes sense for me to feel, although of course I remember some things that will happen, and I'm trying to not spoil them, but I did like this episode, and I was surprised because I thought that I would not. So yeah, thanks for watching, and until the next one. Bye.